Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Day 8 10 Tips series conducted by Chalk Academy. Hi, I'm Sheetal Jethy. All of you know me by now, but all those people who have joined in for today's session, I'm the founder director for Chalk Academy, which is for teachers training. And we as a mission empower teachers, educators, parents for those who are actually dealing with young minds and all those in the early childhood age group. So we have discussed quite a lot about different topics in this last 7 days, which has been reading readiness, writing readiness, how to deal with temper tantrums, sleeping issues. So lot many things obviously we have dealt by these 7 days. Now today obviously it's a very interesting topic. I hope there are mothers as well over here, and obviously educators. As educators, we all are over here as well. So the topic today is obviously very interesting. Again, we have home chores. Now the home chores, which are very important for children, but nowadays being children being new aged kids and we being new aged parents, we have gadgets quite a lot for doing majority of the tasks, and hence it becomes very important for the young children to understand the importance of household activities, right? Specifically for children to understand that what mom does in the kitchen, in the house, is very important. And if they do not understand the importance of this, they will not understand the importance of any work. So we as mothers should be kind of in a position to make them understand the importance of each and every work we do at home, and the importance not only ethically but also into the readiness of children, how it helps the children not only into their readiness activities in the school and doing their or leading their life independently, but also as a part of ethical intelligence which they can utilize into their lives, and other than that, school readiness. So let's see how home course helps children in all these aspects. And obviously, because home chores are a little difficult for the children, how they can be made fun. Children are usually not interested in doing home chores because they feel that, okay, my God, this is kind of punishment. And what we usually do is now we introduce home chores as punishments to the child, right? Now, if you are not studying, then you will have to clean your room. If you are not studying, then you will have to do your laundry. If you are not studying, then you will have to do, clean up your bed sheets and your toys and everything, right? So always what has happened is home chores are introduced to children as punishment. And hence, the likingness towards a home core activity by a child reduces. Hence, it's very important how the home core activities are introduced and can be made fun so that the children start enjoying it. It will help you in two ways. A, that the child is going to get engaged meaningfully and functionally, and B, you are also going to get help. Yes. So chalo, let's start getting into the topic, which is tips for the 10 tips for the home core activities made fun. Okay, great. So all of you can see the screen. If somebody can give me a thumbs up, it would be great. Great. Awesome. So let's start. So let's come to the first thing, that why home chores are important. Now, the first thing which happens is the gross motor development. Now, we have already discussed into our previous workshops when we discussed about reading readiness, when we discussed about writing readiness, when we discussed about arithmetic readiness. The first thing which a child needs to be ready is basically the gross motor. Until and unless the child is ready with the gross motor development, sitting is going to be difficult, standing is going to be difficult, concentrating is going to be difficult, focus is going to be difficult, posture of the body is going to be not correct. And hence, gross motor activities are one of the most priority wise development, which is going to be a fundamental into the early childhood. Okay. Home chores are very, very important activities for gross motor development. Now, for example, a child is helping you out in dusting. Okay. Ask him to utilize both the hands. Okay. It helps in bilateral coordination. It helps in bilateral coordination and sometimes crossing your midline. Okay, you remember when we discussed about our writing readiness, we discussed about the bilateral coordination and midline crossing, which are very, very important during the early childhood for writing readiness. When the child is, let's say you have given a task of cleaning, you are asking them to do with both the hands. You are helping them there. Shoulder movement, hand strengthening, and also bilateral coordination. Let's say, for example, you have asked the child to clean the bed. So they are crawling on the bed and they are just moving the toys. They are moving one with one hand, with the other hand, they are taking the pillows, they are putting it across onto the right place. What's happening again? Bilateral coordination. So when the child is crawling on the bed, there is movement of all the four limbs of the child, both the hands and both the legs, right? Again, gross motor movement and development. Hence, the first aspect which home core are important and why they are important is because they help in gross motor development. Now let's come to the finer aspects of the finer motor development area, how home cores develop. Let's come to the kitchen, right? Now you have asked the child to peel the beans. Does it help into your fine motor development, right? Now you have asked the child to cut the packets and put it across onto the box. It helps in hand-eye coordination. The child has started cutting the packet and putting it across onto the box so that it doesn't fall. So the child has to concentrate what is the size of the box, how much he's going to put. It helps in finer motor aspects where your eyes are getting used, hands are getting used, fingers are getting used. Hence, fine motor development. Kitchen is one of the best places to not only develop finer aspects but also the arithmetic readiness. How does it help? Sorting out the vegetables, sorting out the fruits, sorting out which pulses are there, right? Arithmetic readiness. Now seeing what is the price of a biscuit packet, seeing what is the price of the toothpaste, how many grams of toothpaste it is. So it also not only helps us to give you an insight of the weight of that packet, the date which is written. You can also tell them about when is the expiry date. So all these comes under arithmetic readiness. So the child understands the concept of date, the child understands the concept of quantity, the child understands the concept of price, right? So don't you think it's involved into arithmetic readiness? Absolutely. So similarly, Language development, when the child is sorting out groceries and you're talking to the child that this is onion, this is tomatoes, this is potatoes. The child is reading out the label which is there on the packet. You can ask them what all is written. See that what are the ingredients. Obviously, it depends on the age of the child. Now, when the child is very young and it's on a level where the child is on to making just the words, forming the words, or if the child is just understanding alphabets, so you can just ask them according to their age. They can start reading the alphabets which is there. Let's say, for example, rin, which is written RIN. So the child can read only the alphabets. If the child has started picking up phonetics, you can actually ask the child to start telling the phonic sound of the word r, a, I, and n, rin. So, and then you can start building word families. So, IN family, pin, tin, bin. So, in your whole house, they can find out where is a pin, where is a bin, what is the bin used for, right? And what is the bin used in the home core activities, how a bin can be used, a dustbin can be used. So start developing, so home course also starts developing language. Organizing skills. Obviously, when a child is organizing these things, not only the bed, not only the toys, in the kitchen, the child is understanding what is the importance of organizing, how organization of stuffs help in getting disciplined, right? If a shoes is there at the right place, if the clothes are there at the right place, how it helps the child to save time, right? Importance of cleaning. So what is the importance of cleanliness in life? Now, obviously, with 2020, majority of people have started understanding the concept of cleanliness, how often we can wash our hands, how often we can sanitize the place, how often we can wash our the home, and how cleanliness can be increased at home. So these importance of cleanliness can be taught when the child is doing home core activities. Work ethics, as I said, child should understand the importance of cleaning the plates, keeping it into the right place, cooking, dusting, mopping. No work is small and no work is big, right? So what work a maid does at our place is basically quite higher in respect, because without them we cannot function. And hence the child should understand that every work is important. What mom is doing is important at the kitchen, because if mom doesn't cook, we'll not get food, right? And if the maid who is coming for cleaning and cleaning the utensils and the other household work, if she doesn't come, the entire house is messed up, right? So work ethics is something which the child learns when the child is involved into home core activities. It keeps them busy. Obviously, you know that if you have given them a task, they will be taking about 20-30 minutes, and it not only keeps them busy, it helps them to focus and concentrate to do that activity for 15 or 20 odd minutes which you have given the task. So obviously you will have to see that what is the age of the child and how and what activities can be given to the child according to the age, right? Teamwork. As a team you can do. If there are siblings, you can involve them. As parents, you can get involved into it, and they understand that every member in the team has a different thought process, and I will have to be accommodating their thought process as well when I'm doing some kind of activity. Again, as I said, it's all dependent on the age of the child, right? So let's come to the top 10 tips which can make home chores fun. Now, as I said, home chores are usually introduced as punishment, and hence it becomes difficult for the child to understand that I would not be want to involve, or the child always feels that, okay, no, I'm not going to get involved into the home chores because it's a punishment they feel, right? So always introduce home chores in a fun way, which helps the child to start having fun into the home chores activity, and the child will enjoy, right? So let's see. The first, as we say from the top 10, the number 10 activity or the number 10 tip for the home chores to be made fun is the scavenger hunt. Now, as the name suggests, it's basically hunting anything which is here and there, fallen here and there in the house. It can be magazines, it can be newspapers, it can be shoes, it can be towels, it can be anything which is here and there fallen across in the room or in the house, and those things can be brought together and put across into the right place. Now, you have to name the whole game as a hunt and give a timer, set a timer of 5 minutes, and let the kids collect how many items they can collect, right?
Taking, ma'am.
Is it breaking? Okay, give me a second. Is it better?
You're in mute, ma'am.
Uh, are all everybody is able to hear me? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? Okay, cool. Some kind of technical glitches, maybe internet issue. Okay, so let's come back to what we were discussing. You can hear, you can see the slide? Okay, cool. So the first is your scavengers hunt, tip number 10, okay? Now you'll have to give a timer, let's say 5 minutes, and there are two children who are involved. Maybe the parents can also get involved if you want to have fun along with your children. In the time of 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever you decide, have a stopwatch and go and collect how much ever items you can collect, which are scattered here and there. Okay. Now, whosoever collects more item is the winner. Okay. Now, again, what you'll have to do is the items have to be placed back into the right place. That's where the scavengers hunt game finishes. Okay. So the first game, scavengers hunt, timer, and start collecting whatever is there, distributed for cleaning the house kind of thing. Okay. Now let's come to tip number 9. Let's beautify the cleaning. Now kids will love when there are colorful mittens, when there are colorful dustpans, when there are colorful, socks for cleaning. Now these things are quite easily available on Amazon as well right now. So to make it interesting, you have to beautify cleaning. So when they are going to clean up, give them beautiful mittens, give them beautiful dustpans, which will help them to have interest into the cleaning purpose. Now look at the lovely socks. The one of the best things which I loved over here was the socks. The children can actually wear them and just start, rubbing their feet here and there so that the whole house can be cleaned. Okay. And they also enjoy that. Now it doesn't only help in this, it also helps in their gross motor development when they're trying to clean things, right? So beautify things. You can also have buckets, which can be painted by them. They can paint the whole bucket with beautiful colors. maybe a polka dot, maybe, rainbow colors of different colors, and start writing their names into it. Now, once they start writing names, they will have a personalized bucket for them, right? With their names written. They can make their own drawings into the buckets, right? They can have their pictures put on the buckets sometimes. So it all depends on the creativity. Now, if there are two children, the creativity is all the more fun because every child wants to decorate the bucket all the more better than the other child. Okay. That's because there is a competition between them. Okay, so start giving them these ideas where they start beautifying cleaning process itself. Now you will have to start these processes where you give them ideas like this and start making it fun with children, and I'm pretty sure they will enjoy this. Okay. Tip number 8, play acting. Believe me that with the stories which you have started telling the children from a very young age, whether it is the story of Cinderella, whether it is a story of Harry Potter, whether it is story of the Superman, uh, they all try pretend play at this age. When children are young, from 2 years onwards, the pretend play starts. Now, with the stories which are there on the background, if you tell them that you are the Cinderella, or you are the Superman, or the Superwoman, or the Wonder Woman, they get all the more excited. And Wonder Women cleaning, you can have dress codes as well. You can have given them the robe of Cinderella. You can tie their hair with the kind of handkerchief kind of thing, make them to pretend and act like as if they are Cinderella. So this is not only helping them into their house, I mean helping you out with their household activities or home core activities, but also it is giving them the kind of imagination which the child needs to start thinking. It gives them the creative thinking, it gives them critical thinking. Okay, then you can also ask different questions. What if Cinderella would have not done the cleaning? What would have happened, right? How does the Superman clean? Now, let's say the Superman is flying, and the Superman, while flying, how does the Superman cleans? Right? So this can give them a lot of imaginations while they are doing home core activities. Right? It's going to be beautifully designed, and obviously these designs have to be done by you, or the whole scenarios have to be created by you, telling that okay, this is how you will be doing the cleaning today. So every day there can be different enacting process, right? So make it fun by playing as acting. Dartboards. These are again quite interesting activities to make home chores fun, right? Now you can make a dartboard having different kind of home core activities, put it across, just swing it, and the child can actually throw a dart, and whichever area the dart hits, the child has to select that, right? It's fun. You can obviously have yourself involved into it, and always try a curiosity that okay, I want. So you can also have a place where you can write relaxing today. So if the child can hit relaxing today, that means the child can relax. Okay. So what happens over here? The hand-eye coordination is improving. The child is aiming at something, and obviously the child, everyone aims at relaxing. If everyone aims at relaxing, it doesn't happen. So if one corner is gone, that means no one else can take that corner. Huh? And for that week, that child cannot again aim at that. So there has to be some rules and regulations into the dartboard as well, otherwise everybody is going to aim at relaxing mode. Okay, so make dartboards which will make things again fun for children, and not only this, it will help in their hand-eye coordination kind of thing. They understand what is a dart, what is a target, and how to hit a target. Tip number 6, the tiding speed game. Now, this can be a weekly game where you are putting timer and you can actually beat your score itself or the opponent's score. Now, if you have a single child and the child is got the cleaning done or maybe the scavenger hunt done in, let's say, 2 minutes. Okay. Now, the next time when you are giving this scavenger hunt, the next week, you can tell that your last time score was 2 minutes. Now, let's see this time, are you going to finish it in 2 minutes or are you going to take a little more time? Okay. So let's see that in the scoreboard, you can have a scoreboard and where you can have stickers that today was great, last time was awesome. You can have beautiful words or maybe different colored stickers to say that what are the gradations. Like if you want to actually have a competition between two children, two siblings, then obviously there can be names of both the child and there can be stars given to the child. So maybe you can have 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars, whatever it is, depending on your likingness and whatever the rules you decide for the tiding speed game. Okay. Now let's come to tip number 5, the laundry dash. Now the laundry dash aims, it's a game where your pile of laundry is neatly supposed to be going back to the drawers where it has to be, drawers or the cupboards where it has to be, right? Now the first idea is that you will have to completely get all the laundries, have your children over there sitting, and they'll have to start folding the laundries and go and keep it back across to their same places. Now, whosoever can fold more laundries at a stipulated time is the winner. Okay, right? So this is called as laundry dash. So you can have your own names, fancy names, if you want to have a little bit of more excitement added on to this. You can have your new names given across. Okay, let's come to tip number 4. Show me the money. Now, obviously, we usually do not want to associate home chores with money, but there are a lot of concepts which can be taught by this activity when you are telling that they have earned some money by doing a specific task. Now, you can always tell that you will have to work harder to earn money. So you can always make them understand that when mom and dad are going out to office and they're working, and obviously money is coming from there, that means mom and dad are working harder. Money doesn't come just like that. Money has to be earned. There has to be a lot of hard work going in for having the money earned, right? Secondly, you can also have a saving concept given across to them, where every single task which they are doing, they can actually save that money into their piggy banks, and at the end you all can come together and break the piggy bank and see how much of money they have collected by doing home core activities, right? They can have actually list telling that from this work I have received this, from this work I have received this, so that they understand the concept of addition and subtraction as well. There can be fine concept as well. So there's a lot of things obviously you can teach when you are associating money with it. Now if at all you do not want to associate real money, you can have the money which is used in monopoly or business can be introduced into this, and then post that you can play a monopoly and a business, right? So that can also be done. So it all depends on what you want to introduce to the child, right? Let's come to tip number 3, hide and seek. This is quite common, and it works pretty well with very young children. Now, this is basically where you hide a lot of gifts, surprises, chocolates, maybe rewards inside different places, and you ask them to clean that particular area. The moment they are cleaning that particular area, they get their reward by themselves and a name written to it, and a thank you message written very sweetly that thank you for cleaning this area, and for cleaning you have received this award. Okay, so have these concepts introduced when the child is very young, and this helps the child to start building in real interest for home core activity. Now the child will come and start asking you, okay, today also I will do cleaning for this area, today I will do cleaning for tomorrow I'll do the cleaning for that area. So you will have to strategize that how much of gift you want to give, how much of the chocolates or the takeaways you want to give it across to the child. Would you want to limit it to weekly once activity or a daily activity kind of thing? So it all depends on what kind or what permutation and combination you want to utilize this facility or this game as. Okay, tip number 2, the helper award of the week. Now, let's say we have played so many games throughout the week. You can have an award given to them. Now, these awards can be small batches. You can prepare batches and give it across to them. You can have charts if you have uh, uh, two children, and then obviously you can have batches. I mean, batches given to the child, and that can be also put across into the chart that he or she is the helper of the week. You can get involved yourself. Mom and dad can be also part of the game, where they can be also written as helper. The helper award goes to this person. So maybe if mom is doing now 80% of the work, then you can have dad and the other children to be getting involved into it. Okay, in fact there's a lot of cases where your pets are also involved into it, and there are badges for the pets as well. So depending on what how many members you have in the family, depending upon who shares what responsibility, the awards can be given. Obviously the rules and regulations of the awards can be set in prior. Always remember, awards motivate children, so please reward them for whatever they are doing. Let's come to tip number 1. Now there can be dice games as well. Ideally this slide should have been a little before, so let's have this slide as tip number 2, and the other one as the tip number 1. And so you can also have dice games, as we had this dart games. So you have dice where you have actually written plant the water or sweep the floor, clean the bedroom, keep the toys. The children roll the dice, and the moment they have something coming in, that is their task, right? So every day or every weekday, every weekend, you can have this dice game and have your task filled for the whole week. Now let's say for plant watering the plant, that whole week the child has to water the plant, right? So you will have to have your rules and regulations again for the game, and hence make things interesting for the child. So we are done with the 10 tips for the day. I mean, for the house core activities, making fun. We have, again, as I keep on saying, that we have a lot of courses, short-term courses for the parents, for the teachers, with where things can be made fun. Now this can not only be utilized, I mean, this can be utilized as at home and at your classrooms as well. Now in classrooms as well, you can have your cleaning activities in terms of keeping their books at their own places, having their bags packed up by themselves, depending on the age group of the child. Start making that as a practice. And depending on the disciplinary activity of the child, you can have badges given to the child, you can have certificates given to the child to motivate them, right? Now, hence, we have a lot of certification programs over here at Chalk Academy, which are majorly 10 hours or 12-hour programs where you can have a lot of knowledge into different kinds of courses. We have more than 40 courses across as certification courses. Other than that, obviously, we do have our entity programs and our early childhood education programs, which are the diploma programs. And these are right now happening online. We also have accreditations for these courses from different organizations. One is International Accreditation Organization, where the certification is valid across 33 countries. We are associated with ECA as well, which is Early Childhood Association, and to Ministry of HRD of India through an organization called as All India Early Childhood Care Education. At the completion of your courses, you will get not only one certificate, but 3 certificates, which is going to be your course completion certificate. The second is your POXO, which is Protection of Children Against Sexual Offense, and the Safe Baby certificate. We have centers across Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Mumbai. If you want to have any clarification on the doubts or you want to do any course, please do connect us on the number and the email ID. I would love to have, if there is any questions for today. If there is any questions for today. Great. So it was an amazing session. Hope you all enjoyed. Tomorrow we are going to again meet up for the day 9 series of 10 tips workshop from Chalk Academy. So see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Bye-bye.